Hello and welcome back to JDA Football Podcast. On this episode, it's me and Alex again. Joe's camping this weekend. Good luck to him, but he will be back next week with me and Alex. But first, how are you doing, Alex?
I'm very well. I'm still in Devon on the holidays. It has been sunny, but today it's the storms that you've had have just hit us. So it's not the best weather at the moment, but I'm having a good time. Hopefully
same.
Joe is as well, getting eaten by bears and stuff. But yeah, hopefully he'll be with his head on for the next JDA video.
Yeah. So it's been boiling here, by the way, down up here. Why am I saying down there? Is it boiling down there? I presume it is.
It's very, very hot. The sun isn't out at the moment, but it's still like 24 degrees. So yeah, mad.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the general news first. Alex, what have Inter Milan got?
So Alexis Sanchez has agreed to join Inter on a permanent deal from Manchester United. He's joined on a 3-year deal at Inter Milan, which is probably a very good deal for Inter Milan. He hasn't played that well for Manchester United at all, coming from Arsenal for, was it 25 million?
Yeah. Well, he came to United for 20 million, something like that.
Yeah, and I feel like he could reignite his career at Inter Milan. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what Sanchez has got to offer with Inter on a permanent. But it's not really breaking, but news this week is that Premier League clubs have voted to return to just using 3 substitutions for the Premier League season of 2020-21. Now, I think this was quite vital because I think the Premier League clubs now realise that it is very important to not go ahead with these 5 substitutions to show that they don't need it, basically, because they'll still get the players up to full squad fitness. But yeah, what do you think about it, Alex?
So yeah, I mean, with the 5 substitutions, they brought it in as to stop the players getting too tired because of obviously coronavirus fears and stuff. But by the end of the season, it was turning it into tactical decisions on how many subs you were making and when you were making them, and it was just making it harder for teams to pull through games at the last 10 minutes, because a team, you could be winning 1-0 with 10 minutes to go, and then the team you're playing brings on 3 substitutes at once when they've already brought on 2 already. So it turned it into quite a tactical opportunity for teams, and I feel like it's more fair if we just stick for 3.
Yeah. So Aubameyang, sorry, not Aubameyang, but we'll come on to Aubameyang in a minute. What am I on about? So, Alex, what has Eric Garcia got himself into?
He has told Manchester City he does not want to sign a new contract, and Pep Guardiola believes the young defender will leave the club. Well, I mean, he's been quite a good defender for Man City. They have had defensive struggles lately, with obviously Otamendi and John Stones not being at their peak at the moment, and for them to lose such a young defender as well, he could be very promising for them. But obviously, he doesn't really want to stay if he's not going to get guaranteed playing time either. So hopefully, I'd like to see him stay in the Premier League, but it looks like he might be going to the Spanish league with someone like Sevilla, and hopefully he can develop his career there as well.
Yeah, I also heard Barcelona were interested in him as well, so we'll have to wait and see what Eric Garcia chooses. But going down to North London now, PierreEmerick Aubameyang is close to agreeing an Arsenal new deal, apparently. Of course, his contract would run out this summer, but Arsenal look like they want to get him. And I think with that FA Cup, he's got a bit of belief in that squad now. Would you not say, Alex, about Aubameyang?
Yeah, I mean, if Arsenal have ended the season without an FA Cup and without even getting to an FA Cup final, if they didn't beat Man City, then I don't think Arsenal would have any chance of securing Aubameyang for the coming season or even seasons after that, because they were in such a bad place. I'm pretty sure they finished 9th in the Premier League, and that's just not good enough for a player that's probably the best striker in the Premier League at this point. He's just proved it week in, week out. They can score goals non-stop, and hopefully he can do better things for Arsenal under Arteta next season as well. I'd like to see him banging as many goals as he did this season. So
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But what's your fellow Welshman done in Spain, Alex?
So Real Madrid's head coach Zinedine Zidane has said Gareth Bale was left out of the squad to face Manchester City because he didn't want to play, which is a very large statement for him to say. I mean, he's a world-class player. There's no doubt about that. But for him to just not want to play in such a big game is just a bit ludicrous. And if I was Zinedine Zidane, I'd just want him out of the club as quick as possible. So I don't want someone with that attitude at my football club, to be honest.
Yeah, you wouldn't want negative attitude at your club. And it's
No.
like, even in the dressing room, I mean, it affected us at United with Pogba when he was like, all the rumours were going around. We constantly started losing. And that was probably down to Mourinho's tactics as well, but partly Pogba. But yeah, thank God that's gone away. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see with Gareth Bale to see what he does in the end. What do you reckon he will do? Do you reckon he'll move soon?
I think he will move soon. He's going to cost any team a lot of money, even in wage bills, if they're going to sign him. So it'll be very hard for Real Madrid to get him out of the club.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully he can return back to the Premier League with someone, because I'd like him to end his career on a high and not go out like he is doing at Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think people have just forgotten about him, sort of like.
Yeah.
He went to Spurs, Real Madrid, all big sign and everything, like first season or two. And it's just dropped off. Well, that's in my opinion, dropped off ever since then. But staying with Real Madrid, and after the defeat, which we will come on to later, against Manchester City, Raphael Varane had a bit of, well, two mistakes that probably led to both Manchester City's goal. And this is what he had to say. He said, "The defeat is mine." And yeah, that was his performance. On his performance, against Manchester City. And yeah, we'll come on to that later, Alex. But I think we can all agree that it was his fault.
Yeah.
sort of.
Well,
but
yeah.
What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say they wouldn't have won, would they? Even if he hadn't have made their mistakes, because it was 2-2 but away goals. But yeah, it's a dreadful performance. Yeah, they might have conceded if it wasn't for him. He did make a few good tackles in the game, but the two things he did do wrong led to the 2 City goals. And yeah, he's one of the best defenders in the world. But yeah, against Man City, he just turned off the whole game, and yeah, just not what you want. Kind of feel for him though.
Varane. I mean, he's a very good defender. Don't get me wrong, but mistakes happen. We've seen it with De Gea. Look how he's bounced back. Now Romero is the number one apparently at the moment. But now staying well with a former Real Madrid member, and it is Cristiano Ronaldo, and he has been quoted this week with the exit of Juventus. And Alex, what has he had to say?
He has said, "We leave this tournament with 6 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat in 8 matches. It shows how cursed this tournament is for Juventus." And yeah, when you put it like that, it does show it. I know the 1 defeat they had was to Lyon, and yeah, they lost 1-0 in the first leg and they won 2-1 in the second leg. But yeah, went out on away goals, and yeah, it's another. I feel for Ronaldo. Like, he came to Juventus for the last moments of his career, like to try and win the Champions League, because he thought he was going in the right direction. Then he left, and Real Madrid won the Champions League again, and it's just all turned on its head. And yeah, I mean, for Juventus in this tournament, I personally thought they were going to make at least the final. Like, they won, I'm pretty sure, 5 out of their 6 matches in the group stage. And then, yeah, when they got Lyon, I thought, it was an easy way through. Lyon haven't been that good in the French league this season at all. But yeah, it's very sad.
Well, after that Ronaldo quote, the day after Juventus lost, Maurizio Sarri got sacked, and it was only after 1 season, wasn't it? Because he came in September from Chelsea. I think you might have had to give him a bit more time. I don't think you can rely on a manager to come straight in, have 2 transfer windows, and just say, "Oh yeah, this is what I've got. I plan. Give me all the money." But because that's never going to happen, is it? Like maybe at RB Leipzig, but that still took ages to get their squad. But yeah, what do you think about the second? Because I think it's a bit of an awkward one.
Well, it just shows you how hard it is to be the Juventus manager. I mean, he won the league, and yeah, he's still getting sacked just because he didn't get what the club wanted in the Champions League. But yeah, I mean, I feel for. I know we're going to be talking about the new Juventus manager in a second, but yeah, I feel for him if he's not going to win the Champions League. And I mean, even if he doesn't win the league, he's going to go down as a terrible manager, which is very harsh. But yeah.
Yeah, but what gets me is Allegri got so much time at Juventus, and he never made like the Champions League semis.
Yeah.
Well, he made final, didn't he? He made the final against Real, and like I can't remember what it was, but they still lost it. But still, like I just don't get it. I think managers need more time these days.
Yeah.
Like, after 1 year, it's just a bit pointless, I think.
Like most of the time, after 1 year, they don't even have their own squad. It takes at least 2 transfer windows to get the players out and the players in that you want. So yeah.
Yeah, but going on to another manager appointment now, Alex, and relegation Bournemouth side, who they brought in?
They have brought in Jason Tyndall. I don't know much
right
about
off my
him.
head.
He's signed a 3-year deal as the successor of Eddie Howe at Bournemouth. He was Eddie Howe's number 2 throughout his managerial reign at Bournemouth. But yeah, he's now the head coach at Bournemouth, and hopefully he can bounce them straight back up. He's not got many managerial aspects. Obviously, he's been Eddie Howe's number 2 throughout the whole of his career, and yeah, it just depends how well he can manage the players in the Championship and who they can bring in as well. I'd like to see what they do in the transfer window with the 40 million from Ake as well. So
big money. We'll have to see what they go and get or spend on. But also going back to Juventus now, another manager appointment, and it is Andrea Pirlo, the former Juventus player, AC Milan player, brilliant playmaker player, and now he's a manager. I mean, what was it, 6 days after he got appointed the under-23s coach at Juventus, and he's already got promoted. I don't think he even played a single game or managed a single game, with the under-23s. But I think Pirlo will get time. Do you think he will, Alex?
Yeah, he should, in my opinion. I mean, they didn't give, what's his name? They didn't give Sarri enough time, in my opinion. Like he did all right at Chelsea. I don't think he won anything, did he? Oh yeah, he won the Europa League with Chelsea. And yeah, I mean, yeah, but
still,
yeah, he's a club legend, and we've seen it like more and more now with clubs bringing back old players to become the managers, and yeah, hopefully he can follow the steps of Frank Lampard and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well in managing, and hopefully he can win sometime soon as well.
And Duncan Ferguson to an extent.
3 matches, 0 losses.
Yeah, but we'll have to see how Pirlo does over in Italy. But your best mates over in Liverpool, Alex, who have they signed?
Oh, they've signed Greek left back. I can't really pronounce his name. It's Kostas Tsimikas from Olympiacos. So yeah, it's just going to be a backup for Robertson. No big deal. I think it was in the region of 10 to 12 million. Wanted by a lot of Premier League teams, but yeah, he has chosen Liverpool, and he is going to sit on the bench for the next 3 years. So yeah, good for him.
Yeah, you never know. He might get a loan out to Everton.
Maybe.
Maybe. But also, staying with transfer news and Ainsley MaitlandNiles. There we go. There's been 3 clubs interested in him. I think 1 Bundesliga club's been interested, and a couple of English teams. But he's not really a starter. But I think Arteta sort of wants him in his plans. But yeah, we'll see where he goes. Yeah. But up in Scotland now, and I don't mind if me or you want to tell the breaking news, Alex, to the Scottish fans, but I'll let you do it. I can't do it.
Well, I don't know much about this because I haven't seen it, but I'll read it out. Scottish government threatens season pause after falling goalie breaks rules.
Celtic player.
Yeah.
So basically,
yeah.
So basically, a Celtic player has broken the Corona rules, and I think he went on a holiday to Spain or somewhere like that, and they've got quite a high R rating or whatever they call it. I don't know what it's called over there. So he didn't self-isolate. He didn't even tell the club, and Celtic only knew a couple of hours or days after the match about him going on holiday. And of course, they had to inform the SPFL. They're not very happy, and Nicola Sturgeon, the Prime Minister, the Minister, is not happy. So yeah, there are talks, and we'll come into it later, that Aberdeen and Celtic games are gonna be postponed due to this outbreak, because I think Aberdeen played Celtic, so a couple of players might have symptoms from Aberdeen and Celtic. But yeah, we'll have to see where that goes. I think it's the right thing to do. Would you not agree, Alex?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a bit selfish from the Celtic player. I mean, don't put people's lives at risk just for enjoyment. Like it's that simple. Just take 14 days off. You might miss 1 or 2 games, and then just come back like normal. It's just stupid in my opinion.
Yeah. Also, David Beckham's got one hell of a signing here. He has signed Blaise Matuidi from I was about to say Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus. Now I think he's going a bit older now. Matuidi, I think he's about 30. He's in his early 30s, which is quite old for a footballer. But I think it's a good signing for Inter Miami. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched them a few games. They're on BT, I think, like twice or 3 times, and yeah, they look all right defensively, and they haven't scored many goals. But midfield was where they were lacking. And hopefully, we've seen a few times a lot of older midfielders, Wayne Rooney, go to the MLS and shine. So yeah, hopefully Matuidi can follow in Beckham and Rooney's steps, and hopefully take Inter Miami to the next level.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But your fellow Welshman, another one, should I say, Alex, he's been put up for sale, I believe.
Yeah, Juventus are willing to sell Aaron Ramsey this summer. I know a lot of Premier League teams are interested in him. Obviously, he did spent so many years at Arsenal after coming from Southampton. No, Cardiff. Never mind. But yeah, I'd like to see him at Everton personally. I know he's getting a bit older, but we need a midfielder like him. And yeah, I guess Andrea Pirlo isn't a big fan of him, which is a bit surprising, seeing as they've only signed him for 1 year on a free transfer. So yeah.
Well, I think Ramsey will come back to England. I can't see him going anywhere else. I think
Swansea.
Most English players go away to one country, then see how it is, and then come back. Like Kieran Trippier's quite adopted quite well to Atletico Madrid lifestyle out there, but obviously Ramsey can't do much about if he's going to be put up for sale. But going with his former club's rival, Aaron Ramsey's rival, Emile Heskey, has officially signed for Tottenham Hotspur. I think it was about £15 million it was quoted around, which I think is a heck of a deal for quite a good player. I think he'll bring quite a good balance into the midfield, and I think Kyle Walker-Peters is going the other way, I believe. So yeah, that's a good signing for Spurs. Also, it's 1 month until the Premier League starts, so don't get too overhyped just yet. But yeah, we've still got other competitions as well, like the Champions League. It could be Everton's year. It could be Everton.
Come on, champion. What do you mean you're joking?
But staying with Arsenal, or North London, should I rather say, Mesut Ozil has been quoted about leaving, Alex, and this was by The Athletic, I believe.
So I'm not sure how. I mean, it's Mesut Ozil. He said, "My position is clear. I'm here to the last day of our agreement, and I'll give everything I have to the club. I'll decide when I go, not other people." I mean, I post a lot of stuff from The Athletic in my on my Everton account, and I'm pretty sure almost none of it's true. So I'm not sure how true this interview is. And we've already seen it. Mesut Ozil doesn't give everything to Arsenal, and if he's saying he is, I'm not sure how believable that is. But yeah, I mean, I respect it if it is true. He has got an agreement with Arsenal to stay to the club until the end of his contract, and I mean, yeah, he should if he has a contract. So yeah,
Yeah.
he still is quite a good player as
Ozil's
well as
had his time at Arsenal, really.
yeah.
Yeah, Ozil's quite a good player. But going back to Spurs now, and Heung-min Son has won the goal of the season, and of course that goal against Burnley. So yeah, Budweiser goal of the season. But we've got another sort of, I think, yeah. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying now. So young player of the season has been announced for the Premier League, and of course it was the man with 13 assists, Trent Alexander-Arnold. You're buzzing about this, Alex, aren't you?
Well, I was kind of angry because Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin were not even nominated. So yeah, I mean it's probably the correct decision to go for Alexander-Arnold, and yeah, he's had a great season for Liverpool. Probably should be their player of the season as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think have they announced their player of the season? I don't think they have.
No, I don't think so.
Have they? No. But Alex, Atletico Madrid, Jan Oblak talks. What are going on over
there? So Jan Oblak is to consider his future at Atletico Madrid after their UCL campaign is concluded. They did play RB Leipzig last night and did get knocked out. We will talk about that later. But yeah, in my opinion, he's the best goalkeeper in the world. We saw it against Liverpool at Anfield when they beat them 3-2 to advance to this stage. And yeah, I'd be considering my future too. There's a lot of teams that need a goalkeeper, and he is probably one of the best. I could see him go to Chelsea if it's any team, because Chelsea are going in the right direction attacking wise, and if they can get him in, then yeah, it'd be a great signing. It does say at the bottom, he's on Chelsea's list of options. So yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Kepa could go the other way, but we'll have to wait and see. But talking about Chelsea, and one of their best players, not in the history, but over these past 10 years, you could say, Willian, the Brazilian, the magician, has gone over to Arsenal. It was a free deal because his contract ran out, and he's signed on a 3-year contract. And I think it'll be a very good signing for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. Yeah. But just some last bit of news here for you, and it is that Sarina Wiegman, I think that's how you say it, is the new Lioness boss, of course, replacing Phil Neville. And yeah, we'll see how she goes. I've never heard of her before, but yeah, seems like a good signing, or getting a coach in for the Lionesses. So we'll have to wait and see. But going on to the Champions League games, Alex, and now we'll start off with quite I don't know how to explain it. Weird. So it's on a tournament-based. What's the word that I'm looking for? Tournament-based, 17-day period, I think it is, where teams play each other and then there'll be a winner at the end. Same with the Europa League. But yeah, let's go over the matches first. The first game this is the round of 16, leg 2, because of course leg 1 got played before Corona. So RB Leipzig versus Tottenham Hotspur, 3-0. Just a comfortable win for RB Leipzig. Spurs didn't really offer that much. Spurs getting 2 goals and Emile Forsberg getting 1 goal, should I say. The next game was Valencia versus Atalanta. Atalanta with an aggregate score of 8-4. They've been scoring tons of goals this season, and Ilicic getting, I think that's 4 goals he got, and Gamero getting 2, and Ferran Torres, of course, gone to City now, getting 1.
And an assist.
And then Paris Saint-Germain and Dortmund, what was the score of that one, Alex?
It ended 2-0 to PSG with an aggregate score of 3-2. The first leg ended 2-1 with Erling Haaland getting a double. But yeah, Neymar and Bernat getting the job done for PSG to send them into the knockout stages. Yeah,
and then I think we talked about this one before, Liverpool and Atletico. What happened over there? It was a 3-2 and a score of 4-2 to Atletico Madrid. But Manchester City versus Real Madrid, Alex, what was the score there?
I'm pretty sure this is the first leg, innit? Yeah, the first leg. Oh, this is the second leg. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
never mind. No, I'm stupid. It ended 4-2 on aggregate to Manchester City. They won the second leg 2-1 as well as the first leg. Sterling and Jesus getting the 2 goals for City. Benzema getting the one for Real Madrid. And obviously we talked about it earlier. 2 massive mistakes from Raphael Varane. Pretty much handing the tie to City. So yeah, good for them.
Now we'll go on to Juventus versus Lyon, and it was 2-1, but of course Lyon did go on and win it with away goals after a Memphis Depay penalty in the 12th minute. There was a late couple of strikes by Cristiano Ronaldo, but couldn't seal the deal for Juventus. But Barcelona and Alex, I think this game might have been before. No, it wasn't. It wasn't before Corona. But what went over there in Spain?
So Barcelona did beat Napoli in the second leg 3-1, and it ended 4-2 on aggregate, another 4-2 aggregate score with Longley, Messi and Suarez getting the job done. Insigne with a penalty just before half-time. But yeah, it was already over then. And yeah, it ends 4-2 with Barcelona going through, and they will face Bayern Munich in the next leg. So that should be an exciting one.
Yeah, staying with Bayern Munich, and they won 4-1 against Chelsea with an aggregate score of 7-1. And of course, they beat Spurs early in the season, should I say, 7-1 just in one match. So it was quite mad. I mean, Lewandowski's on fire at the moment. He got 2, Perisic got 1, Tolisso got 1, and then Tammy Abraham got 1 for Chelsea. But yeah, Bayern absolutely dominated. 18 shots, 7 on target, and only Chelsea with 10 shots and 4 on target. But let's go on to the quarterfinals now that happened this week. And starting off with Atalanta and Paris Saint-Germain, Alex, was a bit late coming, should we say, for Paris Saint-Germain.
So yeah, they left it very late, PSG. Pasalic getting a goal in the 27th minute, very well taken on the half volley. And then Marquinhos saved the day in the 90th minute, with a lovely assist from Neymar. And then Choupo-Moting from Stoke City getting the winner in the 93rd. So yeah, very, very well played from PSG. And yeah, Neymar being the star of the show yet again. Did miss quite a few chances though, Neymar.
Yeah, there was a sitter in the first half, wasn't there? And Mbappe wasn't too happy about it on the bench. I think that's the first time Paris Saint-Germain have got into the semi-finals in 25 years. So it's been waiting a long time for them to come over, especially with all that money. But going on to the game that was yesterday, RB Leipzig finally get what they deserve, sort of. So it was a 2-1 win for RB Leipzig. Dani Olmo got an early goal from a great cross. It was just a light-weighted cross, Olmo with a brilliant header. Then João Felix got a penalty, fully deserved. He changed the game for Atletico, and he scored that penalty. And then Tyler Adams, the American, I think it was Angelino's coming down the left. He puts it down. He puts it into the box, and then it goes across the box, outside of the box. Tyler Adams gets it, shoots. It's not going in. Takes the deflection off. I think it was not Savage. Oh yeah, Jose Maria Jimenez. I should have just said Jimenez. And yeah, it deflected off him and went in. And RB Leipzig go into their first ever semi-final. Of course, 11 years ago, they weren't even a team, were they?
No.
So
it's a bit mad.
Yeah, it is mad. But we'll give you some predictions here now. So today or tonight at 8 o'clock is Barcelona versus Bayern Munich. Alex, who do you think is going to win this one?
Oh, it's going to be an intense one, obviously. Bayern Munich, such a good team at the moment, and Barcelona, I think they're starting to get back into it. I know they've lost the La Liga title to Real Madrid, but yeah, they still look very, very good. It's going to be an hard one. I'm going to say 1-0 to Bayern after extra time.
Oh, really? You think it will be that balanced?
Yeah.
I want Barca to win, but I just know it's going to be a 2-0 Bayern win. I just think that's how it's going to go. But there's another game as well that's tomorrow, and we might be live streaming this one. We're not too sure yet.
Maybe.
But it is Manchester City versus Lyon, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Alex, what's your score prediction for this one as well?
So I think Man City are going to win. That's all I'm saying. I think it's going to be 3-0. Because I know Lyon struggled against PSG, even though they did get the job done. They didn't have that many shots, and they were parking the bus for most of the game. But yeah, I can see City opening them up very easily and sticking a few goals in as well.
Yeah, well, I don't know, Lyon have got that fighting spirit in them, the underdog, like Atalanta did. Unfortunately, they lost. But yeah, Lyon, I think they have a good chance. I don't think they'll get played off the park. I think they're quite intelligent. And if they do park the bus, they've got Memphis Depay, who can go up front and score tons of goals. We've seen that over the past couple of years. But I still think City will win. I think the team will be just too much for Lyon. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to City. But we'll give you semi-final and final predictions later on. But now go on to the Europa League, and trust me, we're nearly done. So we've got the leg 2, so we'll just skim over them because some of them are just rubbish games, really, that we don't really need to know about. Should I just do all the leg 2s of the round of 16, Alex?
Probably.
Right, so
I don't take that much attention.
Right, okay, so Shakhtar Donetsk against Wolfsburg ended in a 3-0 win, with Shakhtar and Wolfsburg getting both red cards. Then Copenhagen played Istanbul. I can't say that last name. It's very hard to pronounce. And they won 3-0. Then Manchester United, with an aggregate score of 7-1, beat Last 2-1. And then Leverkusen beat Rangers 1-0. And then Wolves beat Olympiacos 1-0. And Basel beat Eintracht Frankfurt 1-0. And then round of 16, Inter Milan beat Getafe 2-0, and Roma lost with a red card against Sevilla with 2-0. But now we can chill out now, Alex. So quarterfinals, Inter Milan versus Leverkusen. Did you watch the highlights or did you see the game?
Yes, Inter Milan versus Leverkusen. I did watch it, and there was a lot of thing on Twitter about how Romelu Lukaku taught Jamie Carragher how to score his goal. Nico Barella with the first one. I like Nico Barella a lot. I've seen him in the Calcio or whatever you call it nowadays. And yeah, obviously Lukaku getting the job done in the 21st minute as well. Kai Havertz, who might be going to Chelsea, you never know, getting one back for Leverkusen. But yeah, Inter held on and got the win.
Yeah. Going on to the next game, and it was Manchester United winning 1-0 against Copenhagen. I mean, I'll just roll the stats off for you. 26 shots, 14 on target for Manchester United, 9 shots for Copenhagen, 0 on target. We didn't dominate possession, but we dominated the game. I think the chances that we created, we should have buried them. But if it wasn't for Copenhagen's goalkeeper, Johansson, I don't know how you say it. He was insane. I think he broke a record, like keeping the most shots out or something like that in a single Europa League game, which is massive. But yeah, United managed to get the win with the Bruno Fernandes penalty after extra time. Now we'll go on to the Shakhtar Donetsk Basel game. Alex, I didn't actually watch this game, but it was ended up 4-1.
Yeah, neither did I. Oh, I watched the highlights actually, and
did you?
Yeah, Shakhtar Donetsk just looked much a better team. Tyson and Marlos, the two wingers running the show, and yeah, Basel just or Bars or whatever you want to call them, getting a consolation in the 92nd minute. So yeah, a very dominant performance from Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yep. And now going on to the next game, and it was Wolves versus Sevilla, and Wolves unfortunately crashed out of the Europa League with a Lucas Ocampos goal in the 88th minute. And to be fair, you know what Wolves are like. They'll sit back, park the bus, hit them on the break as they always do. And the stats just show you it here now. 24% possession for Wolves, 6 shots, only 2 on target, 76% possession for Sevilla, 18 shots and 5 on target. It's just ridiculous. Like, I wanted Wolves to actually go at Sevilla, but obviously they didn't, and it cost them in the end.
Yeah.
But now, also Adama Traore. So this thing's going around basically, and I'm sure you've seen it, Alex. Yeah. Basically, the coaches are oiling him. So if people try to grab hold of him, they just slip off him. I mean, it's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's normally what they try to do, and yeah, I'm sure oil is the best option. But yeah.
But yeah, going on to semi-final now, and should we give our predictions, Alex? Is it worth it?
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
I think we
yeah,
should.
yeah,
I think,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I think we should. Right, so starting off with the first game, Sunday the 16th at 8 o'clock, it is Sevilla versus Manchester United. Alex, how are we going to see this one going?
Well, I mean, when Emery was in charge of Sevilla, they pretty much won the Europa League every time they were in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Manchester United are such a strong team at the moment. I mean, Sevilla got past Wolves very easily. Sometimes they got so many chances and held Wolves to bay. But yeah, I mean, I can't see it not being a Manchester United win. And I'm gonna go 3-2. I think it's gonna be a high-scoring game because
To who?
both very attacking. Yeah, to Man United, both very attacking sides.
Yeah. I think, it will be an attacking game end to end. But I think, I mean, we've just been on hot form at the moment. Over these last couple of games, we've not been amazing, but we've still got the win, and that's the most important thing, and create chances.
Like Liverpool, they won the league and they haven't even played well, so it's fine.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, Sevilla are a good team. You can't underestimate them. As you said before, Alex, they've won this competition a numerous amount of times, and I think United are just going to get just the edge on them. I think Sevilla will score, but I'm going to go with a 2-1, and that might be after extra time. But the next game, and it is Inter Milan versus Shakhtar Donetsk. Alex, who do you think is going to go through?
So obviously Shakhtar Donetsk looked very good in their last few games. Wolfsburg they smashed, and then Basel they smashed. But Inter Milan are just a different quality to those other two teams, and I can't see it going any way except an Inter win, and I'm going to go 2-0 to Inter Milan.
Yeah, I think Inter will probably sweep the floor. I mean, Shakhtar are a good team, don't get me wrong, but I think Inter have just got the quality there. And I think Ashley Young said in an interview that they could probably go all the way and win it. I don't think they will, but I think it'll be a 3-0 win for Inter Milan in the end. And do you want to do a finals prediction while we're there, Alex?
Oh, I mean, we're both gone for United Inter, so we might as well predict it.
All right, okay. So this game will be played on Friday, the 21st of August, one day after my birthday, just in case anybody wants to send me any gifts. It's up to you. But this will be played at the Rhein Energy Stadion in Germany, Cologne. Alex, Inter Milan versus Manchester United. Who is going to win?
It's a very, very hard one. I'm pretty sure Inter Milan at this point are just United's B team, including some young players. So
not even young players, Alex. I wouldn't go there. Sanchez,
Ashley
Lukaku,
Young, Sanchez, Lukaku, Victor Moses as well from Chelsea.
Ericsson.
Yeah, it's a bit mad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 1-0 to Inter Milan with Lukaku getting the winner.
No. Oh my God, if Lukaku gets the winner, I'm going to shout so much. I'm literally going to ring you up and go, swear word. How's he scored that and won against us? That would just be ultimate revenge, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It just would, wouldn't it? Well, I'm going to go a different result. I think we'll probably concede a goal. I think we'll win 2-1 quite comfortably. We'll dominate. But just before we leave you, Chong from Manchester United is apparently nearing an exit from United for Werder Bremen in Germany. And hopefully he does well over that. I think Werder Bremen were relegated as well, so we get some experience over there. Also, just off the top of my head, Angel Gomez, who was rumoured to go to Chelsea, has actually gone to Lille in France on a free. And I think Lille are very good with young players, and I'm sure Gomez has gone there for that reason. But I think that's rounded up all this news, Alex. Everything in football. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, on Spotify. If you're just watching this as a one-off, make sure to give us a follow. And we might be doing a stream tomorrow, and I'll bring you a Manchester United tier maker in a couple of days. We'll hopefully get Joe on next week on the podcast. But that's bye from me.
And me.
Can't put Joe in. I'm ready. See you in the next one.